Good morning. This is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe. Yeah, I just finished a workout. I've been working out now for what 4 days, 5 days. Just getting back into it. I had a bit of tummy trouble, but it's not a lot better now. I'm doing more sit-ups now than they're not. I'm doing about 4 sets of 30s crunches. You know what I mean? Every morning. I start off with bench press, but not with a big weight. Maybe 40 pounds each dumbbell. Just do reps of 12. I'll do 4 sets of 12 on the bench. Then I change it to 4 sets of flies on the bench, 12 reps on each set, and then I change it to incline. I go 12 sets. I go 4 sets of incline, uh, straight up for 12s, and then I go 4 sets of flies. Then I got then I, 4 sets of 12 flies. Then I come off the bench and I'll do curls, 3 sets of hammers. No, 3 sets of hammers at 12s, and then I change it to 3 sets of ordinary curls for 12s, 3 sets, yeah, and that's enough for me, and that's a good workout. I really feel the pump. I really feel the strength coming back. I started off with just 20 kilos on the dumbbells, but as I say, I'm used to use 50 kilos, 50 kilo dumbbells, but come on, it's a bit older now, and I've got to get back into it slowly, slowly, slowly. But I'm getting stronger. I feel stronger, and I feel more fitter. And then I go on the floor, and I said I do crunches. I do 4 sets of 30, 4 sets of 30 on each crunches, 4 sets of 30, and it does me my legs over the bench, my arse tight, level, parallel with the bench, and I'll do 4 sets of 30. It's going to get. I'll be doing what if I keep going the way I'm going on the crunches. I'll be doing 50s and 60s easies on each set, yeah. But I want to get my tummy flat. I want to start looking good. We've got the boats coming in maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I want to get on the boat and enjoy my life, yeah. And it's a lot. I keep doing my podcasts. I'm trying to get this book sorted out. They're on about January. I'm saying no. I want it out for Christmas. I want it in Waterstones. I want it out there. I want it out there. It's a good book, so I shouldn't get people get to read it. But anyway, um, it's a lot of hard work. They're trying to push it for Christmas if they can. But January if not. But please God, it's for Christmas, yeah. But this book has got to be the best book ever, yeah. So we're taking our time. We're not going to spoil it. We don't make no mistakes and crack on. Anyway, I've had a couple of guys ask me on the podcast about the Arabs, King Fahad, when I used to work for him, and how did it happen. I said, well, what it was, I was working in a club. I hope you're watching my pod. I was working in a club called Lucky's in Ealing, Broadway, and also Crispin's Wine Bar in Ealing, Broadway. I was got a Crispin's Wine Bar first, worked there till about 11 o'clock, half 11, and then go to a Lucky's nightclub, yeah. But Crispin's was wine bar. It wasn't that much trouble, but we do get it. I've been shot in the leg at Crispin's wine bar when I was coming out, But I've had a little bit of trouble, but it's not that bad. I can handle it. There's only me on the door, so I can handle it. Anyway, then I go over to Lucky's. Maybe there's 4, 5 on the door at Lucky's. Lucky's is a bit of a problem. It does cause problems in Lucky's, but because I'm on Crispin's wine bar, I always used to wear a suit, a nice suit and tie and all that. So when I used to go to Lucky's and on the door, I wasn't on the door much. I was walking about, making myself busy with a guy called Dominic McCoy. Dominic McCoy run the club. Good. It was a good governor, Dominic McCoy. Good manager for the club. He brought people into the club. A lot of people respected him, and it was and the club kicked off. And as I say, it was some good people on the floor on that floor. Bouncers. We run it really, really good. And if there was any trouble, it got sorted, and we would sort it, no problems. We had a couple of guys, about 3 or 4 squaddies coming once, trying to cause problems. Big guys. Reckon they was in the Marines, but they didn't last that long. So what Marines they was in, I don't know. They got knocked out, mate, a bit quick, and we didn't muck about with them people. I knocked a couple out. I didn't muck about with these, mate. You can't muck about with them. I'm all that game. It didn't last too long, though. It didn't last too long. Anyway, yeah. What happened? One day, Dominic. I didn't know Dominic worked for King Fahad, but anyway, I was in there. We had a little bit of trouble. I was suited and booted, and the guy came up to me and he said, "Listen, I've been watching you now for about 3 or 4 weeks. I like the way you handle things, and you're always smart, and you know you're quite polite, polite as can be in a club, yeah. And you fancy a job? I said, well, look, mate, I've got a job. I work at Crispin's Wine Bar, and I work here as well. This job is a good job, Ray. Come and have a look, come and talk to us about it, and see how it goes. I said, okay, what is it? He said, we want you to be a bodyguard for King Fahd. He said, there's 4 or 5 people work there already. We got we got special forces work there too. I go, well, okay, So I went down to Hamgate, Richmond, walking through the park. I wasn't living in Kingston at that time. I don't think. No, I wasn't. Anyway, so I got a car. I used to drive there, and yeah, it was. When I went there the first time, I thought I was quite impressed because the size of the house, massive, got the white house. This as you come through Hamgate on the left hand side, yeah, big gates. Went in there, met Dominic. Dominic introduced me to the manager of the place, and also the house manager. She's in charge. She runs it all really, and went in there and showed me what I got to do. My job really, they wanted me to be with Dobermans, 2 Dobermans that was in there in a massive cage. We trimmed ears. I wasn't too happy. They don't know me. They're about 2 years old. They didn't really know me, but I got in there, and there was a few little growls here and there. But once she's taken for a walk around the green, it's a big green, like half a park. Yeah, you walk around there, and they get to know you. They're all right. Yeah, but they was always close to me. Always kept them close. Didn't give them too much lead. Very close. Yeah. And anyway, my job was to walk around the yard, walk around the inside of King Fahad's property, and keep it looked after. Make sure there's no one climbing over the walls, bits and pieces like that. So when she come out, the Queen, she had a yashmak all in her face and all the black, all the clothes. She was absolutely. She's a big woman, and I'd say she was about what 15, 16 stone, which is quite big for a woman, plump, maybe even more, yeah, very plump. And she used to walk around there, and all the servants, they come from Africa, all the servants, there were some beautiful women there. They had to run behind her to show respect. They couldn't walk, that's not respectful, so they had to run behind her, yeah. And my job was to walk by the side, not right by the side, maybe 6 or 7 yards, like by her, and make sure she was comfortable and safe, yeah. But she used to go, all that game. She didn't want me there. She didn't like the dogs, and she didn't want me there. But that was my job. And I used to walk around with her. But at certain times of the day, my job was to walk out into the yard, and you had Group 4 and security car used to come in. Honestly, I'm not joking when I say this. I'm on about big bags of money, massive bags of money, and walk into the house, right? Bags of money, walk into the house and put them in there. They've got to be, I don't know, 200 grand for it. You don't know what's there. It could be £1 million. You don't know, And they just deliver it into the house and walk off, yeah. And my job was to be there with them, and that they got special forces also there. Anytime there was money coming into the house, there was all 2 special force guys there. They was definitely. They definitely had things on them. Definitely, without a shadow of doubt. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of doubt. So I was so like they was always suspecting robberies because it's right in the middle on the end of the park like that, and it's quite open. But you don't want to go in there with the special forces. I'll tell you that now, mate. They would blow your brains out. You know what I mean? But anyway, the money coming. I'm on about unbelievable money. Yeah, and you get the Queen, that she used to go in this special stretch Rolls Royce, brand spanking new. I forget the plate, but it was like proper new car. And in the back of the thing in the boot, it had a massive safe. I should imagine it's nearly the full size of the boot, laying flat, yeah. And they used to put the money into there. And when she used to go out, the special forces, not both of them, one of them was to go with bodyguards in the car, and they'd be off out shopping, Harrods, Selfridges, or wherever it'd be. They'd be shopping, and they'd always go out with big stretch big stretch limos by the side of them, and come back with the limos full up with whatever that packets there is and boxes of that and bags of this, yeah. And it'd go into the house or go into into these big houses by the side, and there'd be loads of it, yeah. This used to happen most days. You know, I'm joking. Most days, Security Corps and Group 4, whatever it was, Group 4 Security Express, anything like, used to come through them gates, yeah. Anyway, and I mean, don't forget that I was an armed robber. I've just come out of prison. I've got my children. I've just come out. I've not been out long. You know, and it's all clicking through your head. You know, look at this. But you've got special forces there. You know what I mean? And they're strapped up always strapped up, big time. You know what I mean? They've got all sorts of guns they wrap around with, and they're not nothing special to look at. They're not normal guys. 12 stone, but you can see they're really, really fit. You know, really, really fit and agile, and they're strapped up all the time. You can't muck about with them people, mate. Even though I've had a bit of trouble, they used to have this thing like a bolt. It was a bolt. It was hardened steel, and it had a big nut on the end of it, welded nut. And they used to hold it in their hands like that, and the nut come out, and they whack you in certain parts of your body, elbows, shoulders, all your joints, yeah, mate. And especially in your chest area, yeah, top of the chest area. And I'm telling you, mate, you wouldn't want to be hit by that. They just mucked about me once time on the elbows and all that. Whoa, fucking hell. And it does you right in, yeah. And when you get the young, what happens in their religion, yeah? When someone's like a young shaker or young sheikh gets born, they go to the nearest village or to villages round the area they come from, and they maybe adopt 20 to 30 children the same age. So they've always got friends with them, friends, always as a friend. But the reason they do it, I think, is because it's very hard to pinpoint the shaker or the sheikh out, pinpoint them out. You know what I mean? The new prince, the new queen, king, or whatever it's going to be. You can't pick them out, yeah. So they grow up with them, yeah. But they used to go out every day to Fort Park, all them big parks and everything, always out bright and here, there, all the big amusement arcades, parks, all them sort of things, yeah. And they used to go out with one of the SAS, one special forces, and about 4 or 5 bodyguards, and those were big coaches, you know, and one of the special forces guys, I was there about 3 months, and I got the sack, yeah, for being silly, but I was there 3 months, and one of the young shakers, she was only 11. She had the hots for the guys, one of the special force guys, and I didn't know this. I mean, I was only told this by Dominic later on. She bought him some sort of watch that was unbelievable. I think it was underground. It cost. She bought him a watch, and she bought him some sort of big car, Mercedes Sports or something, as a gift to him. And you know, I mean, that's phenomenal money. I mean, the money in there is absolutely phenomenal. And this same shaker, they was all playing in the park at the back, like big park it is. I'm there with a dog. I mean, I'm kept well away from there. They're running around fighting like little kids. I mean, you got to remember, these people are going to be next queen, next kings, and they got to be together, but they're all running around. They're kids, and they're taught to satisfy a man of about when they're 10 years of age, and you're going up. And this is what they're taught, and there they are, like little children, unbelievable, really. Little kids that are screaming and shouting and playing in the back garden, in this back garden. So back garden, but it's like a park, yeah. And I'm there, maybe I don't know, got to be quite a long way away because the dogs pulling you. They want to. Them kids start running around. The dogs think they're a threat, you know, and they're trying to get at them. So I've got to keep them very tight, very very tight to me, wrapped around my hands, everything, so it's, you know, safe, yeah. But the dogs are pulling a bit. After a while, the dogs just sit down and or lay down and look, you know. And this particular shaker, She's playing with playing with all the other shakers and young kids, and all fighting there and playing games and on this and doing that and on the swings. There's always stuff in the back in the back of the thing like a park. After about an hour after, so maybe, she's come out, the housemaid, the top. She's the manager. She runs it, and she said, "Look, the shaker, the top shaker, she's lost a necklace in the green somewhere. Yeah, and could you please try and find it? This necklace was about 750, 800 grand necklace. It's a joke." She said, "Look, it's very, very expensive. Uh, please find it. You might be given the reward for it, but please try and find it." And listen, there's no way really that you could take it. The only way you could, I wish I'd have found it, mate. The only way you really could take it is you're a bit slippery and throw it over the wall, but someone might pick it up, you know what I mean? But it's very hard to take it or chuck it in the lake with all the coil of carp in there and pick it up later. But I think you get found and you more like get shot or whatever, or took away so they chop you up in little pieces, yeah. But one of the shakers that lived in the house, she was about what 18, 19. She was absolutely stunning, mate. She was like a picture, seriously. And she got involved, right? She was there, and she didn't live there. She lived the back of Harrods in a big hotel at the back there. Or, I don't know, I can't remember the name, but she lived there. But she had some sort of affair with one of the guys there, one of the special forces guy. He was took away. Rumours is that he never got shot. They never see him again. Whether or not what happened, I don't know. They paid him off, paid him off, killed him. I don't know, but he never got to see again. She was buying him untold presents, watches, rings, clothes. I mean, the money they got, but they're not happy. They're not happy, mate. They've got so much money. They're not happy. You know what I mean? And I'm not. And anyway, let me tell you a story about her. And she was at the house, and she was, mate. She was so stunning. It took, your tongue would hang out. She was unbelievable. She'd walk around the park, the back of the house, with one of the special forces guys and the Queen, and she'd walk around with her, and they'd talk. The special forces guy be behind. I wasn't allowed to walk with a dog. I don't know why, but I wasn't allowed anyway. And she was there for what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, and the rumours are that they took her back to wherever she comes from, not the hotel, but they took her back to her own country, and she got obliged, not killed, but she got really something happened to her. I'm not quite sure. And anyway, when I say that, like special forces, I mean they were special forces. I mean they were. You could see what they was. I mean they were nice people to talk to. We all ate together in this big room. They when it at certain times of the day, you get the sheiks come from all around London. They'd come to the house and they'd eat in the garden. Only when it's sunny, they'd eat in the garden. Big tables would be put out for them. They used to eat on silver plates, knife and forks. God, it could have been gold. I don't know, you know what I mean? But they looked gold, and they'd just be eating, and then they'd be pulling up with Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rollses, all sorts of cars. You know what I mean? And they come in young sheiks, and 9 times out of 10 they'd have special forces wrapped around them, and they eat their food and they go. And then all the shakers would come out with all their servants, and they'd eat, yeah. And once they'd all eaten, we'd eat, and we go into this little house by the side, and we go in and eat the food. Listen, the food, unbelievable. The food was phenomenal food. I mean, it was so nice. It was so nice. It was just, you couldn't believe when you went home to your own place and food was put on the table. You're disgusted really, because this food they had, mate, they got special chefs, they got special wines, they got special everything, yeah. But what did I do? I ruined it myself, you know. as I say, there was so much went on in that place, so much money. You'd never believe. You'd never believe. The king, King Fahad, he um, he come one day. He had police. What must have been from the top of the road, Richmond Road, I think it is, right to the gate, full of them, full of old Bill, side riders, motors, everything. Yeah, he's a very powerful man. Ham Gate was locked. That was shut with all special forces at the gate. We wasn't allowed really to come out of where we was. Like it's like a joke really. And when he walked in, there was all special forces wrapped around him. It was crazy, you know what I mean? The only way to get him would be from a helicopter, I think, and that'd be virtually impossible. And he had a lift put in there. Listen, they don't drink there. These people are not supposed to drink or drink a lot. They reckon they used to get so drunk. This is why he had a lift put in there. He used to get so drunk that he'd fall into the lift and the lift would go to his bedroom, yeah? And he'd come out the bedroom and all the maids and all that would get him undressed and put him in bed. And let me tell you something. Some of these maids, they were like Miss Worlds. You know what I mean? Africans, they was like Miss Worlds. They was stunning. They were absolutely stunning. And all they did was clean, make and clean. That's all they did. Clean and walk around with the king, walk around with the king and the queen. That's all they did. That's all they did. And they was to look out the windows and wave to us. And used to wait all rolled up. Look at that. She's absolutely stunning. But if you get caught, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? Anyway, I was this guy, yeah. He drove me mad. We used to play pennies up the wall, you know. I think he didn't like me there, and I think he wanted to get me the sack, you know what I mean? But anyway, we used to play pennies up the wall for money. And one day, a couple of sheikhs come up, sheikhs come up to me and my mate, the guy that wanted me sacked, and asked if they could play. What you playing for? We were playing for little bits of money. No, we don't take money. Don't have money. We don't have money. Yeah, they don't have money because they don't have the money. It's other people have the money, and they just walk around and say that, and you got to pay them. You know what I mean? Imagine having that job, and handling all the money. I'd love that job. Anyway, and they said, "Oh, we don't have money. We're not allowed to have money. We don't take money." What about? So, I had a Rolex on. A snide Rolex, but it looked like a good Rolex. How about watches? Watches? Yeah, okay. And they're playing pennies up the wall. Listen, we didn't really get anything off it really. We got a couple of watches, me and my mate. The watches may be worth 50 grand each. I ain't joking. But anyway, go and tell the story, yeah. So we won a couple of watches and it was all forgot about. And all of a sudden, the woman in charge, the house woman in charge, she called me with this other guy and Dominic. I think it was Dominic. I'm not quite sure. They called me over and took me in and said, "Look, this is your money. We got. I mean, this is quite a long time ago. You know, this is like I'm not quite sure. It's the 90s, early 90s when I come out of prison, working in Lucky's. That £800 a week, £800 a week, and you get retainers of £800 a week. So you get retainers of £800 a week. You get £800 a week for the rest of your life until obviously the inflation and all that. You get more money the higher you go. Yeah. So I was getting £800 a week. Yeah, and she'd give me a month's money, just like that. She said, "Yeah, here's a nice money. You're sacked. Give me the sack." I'll cry like a baby. I tried my hardest to get back through Dominic. And they couldn't get back. She just didn't want me there, enticing the sheikhs to play pennies up the wall. They're not gamblers. They're not supposed to gamble. But you say that. Sometimes weekends. I mean, if we wanted to work a bit of overtime, we'd go to Dorchester. You know, these big hotels. I think they must have owned the whole floor. There, one floor, and we used to go to Dorchester. And you get these young sheikhs come in, young sheikhs come in with women. The women they get is stunning. The smell of the hallway. unbelievable. When they walk about, like the gear, I've never smelled it. The gear they must put on these sheikhs must cost fortunes because the smell is unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful smell. And they come in with these young girls, and then they go in the room, and you're standing outside, for hours and hours, You're standing out there, special forces with you, and you're standing out there for hours, and the women come out and they go. And then the special forces come into the room, check the rooms, and they come outside, and another bird pulls in. There's 4 or 5 sheikhs in there. It's mad. It's mad. They just do what they want to do. They got so much money. It don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them. You know what I mean? And there you are sitting out there, you're gutted, or standing out there, you're gutted. And I love the job. You got the best food, you got good money, and I mucked it up. But that's what it is. That's what happened to me when I worked for King Fahd. And after everything happened to me, I was gutted. But Dominic said to me that when they went back to the country they come from, they pulled out one big jumbo. They went with one big jumbo. When they left, they went with 2 big jumbos, full up to the top with presents and gifts for when they get back to the house, back to their country. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe, and have a nice day. Yeah, bye bye.